When we think of the Second Amendment allowing Americans the right to bear arms, this may not be what the Founding Fathers had in mind. Here are 10 ridiculous weapons you're allowed to own in the U.S. Cannon. Although cannons are rarely used outside of Civil War reenactments and historical demonstrations, there are no laws against owning one in the United States. American citizens are completely within their rights to purchase a cannon or even a tank. They can even legally obtain old-fashioned gunpowder, also known as black powder, in order to fire. While cannonballs may be more difficult to come across, their heavy artillery counterparts can be found almost anywhere in some shape or form. Even though there's nothing wrong with owning a cannon, a person cannot legally procure more than 50 pounds of black powder. Umbrella sword. While it may seem like a fictional weapon ideal for a certain Batman villain, umbrella swords do in fact exist. A full-length blade is concealed within the handle and shaft of the umbrella, leaving it looking completely normal and harmless unless the sword is drawn. The most frightening part about this weapon is that it truly does look like an everyday item, and no one would ever suspect its true nature. Currently, only New York, Massachusetts, and California seem to have any laws banning these concealed weapons. Flamethrower. Given the wide definition of flamethrower, it is difficult for lawmakers to nail down exactly what you can and cannot have. As such, contraptions like the XM42 flamethrower, a military-grade weapon, can legally be purchased by everyday American citizens. While their high price tag may deter some fans, it is completely legal in all 50 states to purchase and use a flamethrower. That is, unless you are a soldier, as the Geneva Convention actually banned them from warfare, which also disallows soldiers from owning them. Blowguns. Used primarily by tribes in South and Central America as well as Southeast Asia, blowguns are basically long tubes made of wood, bone, or other natural materials. The hollowed-out tube has a turf dart inserted in one end, and the user blows into the other end to propel the dart at their target. Modern blowguns are typically used by scientists to stun and capture rare or endangered creatures with minimal harm. While the blowguns themselves are legal in every state except California and Massachusetts, it's the darts that are more heavily regulated as they may contain poison. Crossbows. Shows like The Walking Dead have increased the interest and popularity of crossbows in recent years, but only one state has actually outlawed their use. Oregon is the only state that does not allow for these weapons to be owned or used due to their easy portability and lethal trajectory. While some states do require that people buying crossbows at least have a hunting license, they are not as regulated as handguns and rifles. Chain whips. While owning a chain whip can lead to legal troubles in Maryland, California, and New York, 47 other states don't seem to have an issue with the serrated metal links. These links of threaded metal have been used as a martial arts weapon since the Jin Dynasty of China. Part whip, part knife, chain whips can slice open a person easily if they are struck. Thankfully, they don't seem very commonplace. Minigun. According to the National Firearms Act in the United States, fully automatic weapons from any time prior to 1986 are allowed to be owned by Americans. If the weapon was manufactured following that allowed time frame, they can only be used by authorized military personnel. Miniguns are known for their ability to fire up to 166 times per second and are typically mounted to a vehicle or tripod. They weigh roughly 30 pounds and most often require belts of ammunition to fire. Flail mace. Originally used in medieval times, flail maces consist of a metal or wood rod with a 12-inch chain and spiked metal ball. Nowadays, they are usually only seen at medieval fairs and cinematic jousts, but they are not illegal to own in most of the United States. Many areas require buyers to be at least 18 years old, however. Only Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Massachusetts, California, and New York outright outlaw the weapons and their use. Homemade guns. With the invention of 3D printers, there have been gaping holes left in the American gun laws. Homemade guns can be made using these high-tech printers, plumbing pipes, springs, and really anything else you can think of. While gun owners are required by law to register and license their weapons, the homemade variety slip between the cracks. They cannot be sold, and anyone with a record cannot own one. But there are presently no laws prohibiting the average American citizen from getting their hands on one. Grenade launchers. As surprising as it may seem, it is completely legal in all 50 states for an average citizen to own a grenade launcher. While lawmakers intended for private citizens to use these launchers for flares and such, there isn't anything expressly against using them for their original purpose. Launchers under 37mm do not need to be registered, but anything over 40mm requires a permit from the state and a rigorous background check. Having the launchers is one thing, but thankfully someone getting their hands on the grenades is a little more difficult and costs $200 each since they are classified as destructive devices. What do you think of these crazy weapons being allowed in the United States? Leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to our awesome channel for more amazing videos daily. Thanks for watching.